name's Dave McWethy. I'm an assistant research professor at Montana State University. My research focuses on how humans alter natural fire regimes and vegetation and ecosystems. Taking a column of mud out of these lakes is kind of fun because basically when you get that column of mud, it's like a history book in the past. It's got all this information in there. It's got charcoal, which represents fire. It's got pond, which represents vegetation or forest. It's got insects that represent how cold it was or how warm it was.
1, 2, 3.
Sometimes when we pull it out, we say, wow, this is when humans arrived, and you can see the charcoal from burning.
Nice, this is a good one. Look at, there's much more stratigraphy here. There's a big band right here.
New Zealand is a really interesting place to work because New Zealand is the last place that humans colonized anywhere in the world.
Fire was very rare in New Zealand before humans arrived. And so 750 years ago when people arrived in New Zealand, that was the first time this country's ever experienced ignition sources like it. And that's the key, that people were lighting fires. Because New Zealand forests had never experienced fire like it before, the forests were actually quite flammable, and they just went up in flames and just burned very easily and very quickly. And the kinds of plants that came back were even more flammable.
Charcoal analysis tells us about the fire history of an area, and really we can tease apart what's the interaction between climate and people when it comes to fire on the landscape. The past is really the key to the future, and so by seeing how things have responded in the past, we can better anticipate what is going to happen in the future under similar conditions.
We're trying to figure out, well, what kind of landscapes are the most vulnerable to mega fires in the future? And we think that in New Zealand, we're learning that the way humans burned small parts of the landscape just initiated these dramatic feedbacks that could happen in other wet forests around the world. And we're kind of hypothesizing that forest environments are really the most sensitive to both human impacts and a warming climate. When you put those two together, you can get these mega fires that you see in certain parts of the world. And we want to use the information we're getting to try to predict where these are going to occur more often.